Hello and welcome. I am your host, Mike Bankhead. I play bass. I write songs. I am from Dayton, Ohio. Today's guest sets the record for the youngest guest. His name is Isak, and I have known him basically since birth. So yeah, we're gonna go to Generation Z on You Could Be My Aramis today. We're gonna get into all kind of interesting things that young people are into. Yeah, let's go. You heard that, right?
Yes, I heard that.
All right, what does that mean?
It means that it's recording now.
Right. Why is it recording now?
Because we're in an interview.
It's not really an interview. It's supposed to be a conversation.
Oh, well, yeah, it's because we're in a conversation.
All right. Isak, why don't you tell the people who will listen to this someday who you are? But nothing like that'll make stalkers come to your house, right?
Right. My name is Isak or Isaac, depending on how you want to pronounce my name. I don't want to say I make YouTube videos. I make videos.
Why not? People make YouTube videos. It's a thing that people do.
I know. But when I say,
is that a thing that you do? Is the question.
Okay, yes, I make YouTube videos, but when I don't present myself like I make YouTube videos, because then I feel like people like give me a weird look, like you make YouTube videos.
I mean, it probably depends on how old the person you're talking to is, right?
That is also true.
Right? Like if you're talking to someone my age, they give you the weird look.
Yeah.
Don't lie. If you're talking to someone 21, they probably don't give you the weird look, right?
I think you did give me the weird look when I told you I had a YouTube channel.
I have a YouTube channel, so it's not weird.
I don't know, but when I told you that I make gaming videos, then you kind of gave me the look.
Then I gave you the look, and I don't understand it, so explain it to me. This is your chance to explain it to me in public.
I'm time to redeem all of gaming videos on YouTube. Okay.
No, you don't have to redeem them. Just explain it to me. I'm an old guy that happens to be your friend, and I don't get it. So tell me about it.
So like a lot of the reasons people make gaming videos is for one, so like they can like show their adventure on a certain game. That's like one of the reasons. Like they play this amazing adventure game and they're showing everyone their adventure through it, the decisions they make and the consequences that come about through it, their failure and their success. There's also two where someone gets an early access version and then shows everyone the game. There's also three where people actually play the game to review it, and so other people can watch the videos and see, is this a game worth buying? Because I don't want to pay $60 for a game and it's not good. I don't like it.
So, which of those three are your videos?
I'm more of the first one. I make videos for adventure, for adventure and for people to like just enjoy watching me play games, and also I enjoy playing games. So like, let's share this fun and adventure together.
Well, see, that sounds normal. Do you talk to the camera or only play the game?
I talk to the camera. I try to make as much conversation as possible. That way it's not just like complete silence and music and soundtrack while the game is going on. I try to like whoever I'm with, I'm usually with my brothers in these videos or sometimes with my friends. I try to like have these fun conversations of what's going on in the game, or we just start talking randomly while we're playing the game. And it's really fun.
Does that not distract you from being able to successfully execute your mission?
Sometimes, but my voice cracks. Sometimes.
Yeah, that'll stop happening once you get old.
Yeah, I'm not old yet. Sometimes, but really, because a lot of times when we play, I'm trying to think back to like my videos. So like we're all either against each other in this game or we're working together. So we're either coordinating with each other or distracting each other, or like tricking each other. There was this game. I'm not sure if you or any of your viewers are gonna get this, but like back in late 2020 or early 2021, there was this game called Among Us, and it was like grappling the internet because like everyone could get together online and play this game. So you would have like really the whole point of this game was like to like make sure that no one finds out who you are, because there was an imposter among everyone. So I made a few videos on those with some friends, and it was kind of fun because we have these like we're all accusing each other, and everyone's kind of just like sweating, especially me.
And you said this is 2020, so you were not in the same room.
No, I was in the same room.
Really? I mean, with the friends.
Yeah,
in the pandemic, you had everybody in the room.
Not with the friends, not with the friends. So we would just do like a gigantic conference call together and just play this online game. That's what we still do sometimes when we play some other games. Like, I'm not sure if your viewers are going to understand Minecraft or Rocket League, but those are games that we also enjoy playing online.
My podcast listeners do skew a little bit toward my generation, but this could be my gateway episode to get a younger generation into listening to my podcast.
So always important to look at the analytics.
It is, and I do, and I know that old people listen to my podcast. Not old people, I mean people like my age. So yeah, old people. So you said Minecraft. That's the one where you build stuff, right?
Yes, that is the one where we build and craft. And yeah, that's basically the game. We mine and we craft. That is the full concept of the game.
That doesn't sound too terribly hard. And what was the other one you talked about?
Rocket League. So basically, it's like soccer, but you're playing with cars and they can fly.
That makes it seem a lot more complicated than soccer should be.
Yes, but it's really, really fun. I hope someday that your older generation can understand my younger generation and recording ourselves playing video games.
Well, I've played a lot of video games in my life, but I have never once thought, you know what, I should record myself playing this game and put it on the internet. But, whatever. Art is art. Now, is this considered an art form, or is this considered like... I'll stop there. Is this considered an art form?
It depends, kind of, on how you try to treat it. I consider it an art form if like done correctly. It could be like good art or it could be bad art. That's basically it.
Oh, so it's like music.
Better. Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Which you also make. You told me that you were starting to do music. So talk about that.
I am starting to do music. I have in the corner right here, I have my acoustic guitar, which I could show you. No one will be able to see it, but I could show you.
I mean, I'm recording this, which means that I could share the video if I had the incentive to do so. That's a very small guitar, but that's okay. They don't need to be big.
It's a nice practice guitar that I use. I'm still learning. I would be what you call the very beginner.
Well, here's the thing, Isak. No, when you make music, nobody ever stops learning, and if you do, you're doing it wrong.
Yes, I understand. And so that's the guitar, and we also have a Yamaha keyboard downstairs. And so the Yamaha allows me, it's like playing the piano, but kind of smaller. And I could change how it sounds from a guitar to a drum to rain sounds for some reason.
I got one of those.
Nice.
Well, it's not really fancy. And actually, this particular Yamaha keyboard is actually Jesse King's. It is just currently in my possession. So if Jesse listens to this, thank you for letting me borrow that keyboard on an indefinite continuing basis.
So while I continue to learn how to like actually play the music, I'm more learning on how to like actually like write it in forms of lyrics and forms of poetry. And so that's what I've kind of been working more on.
That's good. That's more fun than practice.
Yeah, it really is. It hurts your fingers less.
Well, you have to get past the finger hurting part, but yeah, I'd rather write than practice. I know I do practice because you have to, or you'll be terrible when you play. But yeah, I'd rather write any day of the week. What do you usually write about?
Well, I know most artists write about their personal experiences, and most artists are older than I am, so I don't have a lot of life experiences to write off of. So I do have some, and I am writing some based off of maybe something sad that happened in my life, something happy, something that I see forward to in the future, which technically hasn't happened yet, or how I have this one song that I wrote in 2018, and I thought I lost it forever, but I found in Google Photos that I snapshot all the lyrics and then I copied and pasted it into notes. And then I was able to recover this song, which is probably the song that I'm most proud of writing.
Is it finished?
It is in lyric form, yes, kind of. I say finished, but who knows if later when I actually like start like recording the music for this and I'm making the beat, I'm like, I think the lyrics could use a change. But I think in lyrical form, I think it is finished.
So when you decide to sit down and write, how do you start?
So a lot of times, like I'm just doing like random things, and I just suddenly get these like lyrics in my head about who knows what, and I'm like, this is kind of good. So I grab my tablet or phone, like open notes and start like writing, and then every so often I'll come back to it with like more lyrics in my head or like more ideas, write it down, and like sometimes I'll stay there and try to keep going. But if I can't think of anything, then I go on with my life.
That's fair. So you're a lyrics first songwriter.
Yeah. Do you write lyrics first or music first?
I pretty much always write music first. I don't want to say 100% of the time, but we'll call it 95. In fact,
That's a good percentage.
I meet very few songwriters that write lyrics first. I know of one in particular who will be very happy to know that she is not alone. So there, Ruth, I found a lyrics first songwriter. You should meet Isaac someday. He's very nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's because when I was writing these earlier songs, I hadn't learned properly how to play, or I wasn't practicing at the moment. So I was just like flooded with these lyrics. I'm like, I have to write these down, otherwise I'll forget them forever. So I wrote them down, and even though I have this nice completed lyrical song, I have no music to back it up. Even though I have like a faint idea in my head of how it would go, I don't have the practice or the skills necessary yet to play it and record it and make a full song out of it.
You're correct. If you don't write it down, it's gone forever. And that is something that we all, as musicians, need to remember. Sometimes we get really good ideas, and you're like, oh, I'll remember that. No, you won't. If you're near your phone, pull out your notepad and write it down. But you said that you had an idea of how, you have a thought, at least, of how you wanted the music to go. Do you still have that thought?
I still have this thought. In fact, I have the lyrics on my phone.
All right, so here's what you do. Don't do it now because we're having a conversation.
Right.
If you have an idea of how you want the music to go, just open up a voice memo and sing it into your phone. Right? And then like name the file whatever. And then it's there. And if you come back to it in 6 months or a year, you'll play it back and you'll hear yourself singing whatever the harmony or the melody was and be like, yep, I'm going to use. That's what you do. It's just like lyrics. If you don't record it somewhere, then you might as well never have thought of it because you won't remember.
I've somehow remembered this melody of the song, even though it's been several years of it. Because when I recovered the lyrics, I still had the melody straight in my head.
Well, that's
and
good.
Because the melody went so well with the lyrics. And I'm so happy that I'm able to remember. Otherwise, this song may have been ruined forever.
Well, when you get it done, I would very much like to listen to the song, but not until it's done.
Okay, I'll work on it until completion because first of all, I would like because I have an idea of like multiple like instruments in it, but I also think of it could work really well with just an acoustic guitar. So I might go with either, or I might go with both.
Both. Though I will tell you that if it's a really good song, it'll work just fine with just an acoustic guitar. You could always put more stuff on it later, right?
Yeah, I was thinking the other day, like I was just like looking at it, like, this song could go well with just my acoustic guitar. I think it would work fine.
Yeah, that's when you know you have something. What's that head behind your left shoulder?
Yes, that is a Darth Vader helmet.
Why do you have a Darth Vader helmet in your room?
Because I love Star Wars. In fact, in that thing over there, there's like 3 other Darth Vader things.
You know he's the bad guy, right?
Yeah, but he has a tragic story.
All right, so when I was your age, he had no tragic story.
That makes sense. I was born after his tragic story was finished.
Have you seen all of the movies?
I have seen all of the movies. I I have my
Did you see
personal
it
tier.
in order or not?
I have seen it in order. I've seen every movie. I've seen it in order. I've seen it not. I started not in order. I started officially watching the Star Wars movies when Disney made the new one, the Force Awakens in 2015, and then once I think I got like several of the DVD ones, and I like kind of binge watched all the older ones. But then now that we have an expensive streaming service like Disney Plus, I can rewatch the movie whenever I want to.
Do you have a favorite?
I personally enjoy Star Wars 3: Revenge of the Sith the most.
That's gonna be controversial. I don't care, but there are people that'll think you're crazy. So this is the because is important. Go.
Because I think it's the culmination of like where everything comes together. Like in Star Wars wise, it shows. First of all, it shows why this iconic bad guy became a bad guy. It shows it finishes his story from 1 and 2 of him slowly going to the dark side. And then the music is amazing. The battles are amazing. And I love Ewan McGregor as Kenobi.
Ewan McGregor is good in pretty much anything he decides to do, though.
This is true. I mean, because I know people like Empire because like the bad guys won. I mean, yeah, but the bad guys also won in Revenge of the Sith.
I don't think people like Empire because the bad guys won. I think people like Empire because of the first 3. It was the best story.
It was the best story.
There are people, again, I'm a neutral on this. But see, now Star Wars is one of those things that my generation and people older than me and your generation can talk about and have in common. That's how long the IP has been around, the intellectual property. And there are people my age that will say that Disney's ruining it, but whatever. We are no longer the target audience, right?
I guess not. I'd have to agree with them on multiple different points. But if it's Star Wars, there's an 80% chance I'll automatically like it. 80. Not everything. I won't like everything they do, but I'll probably like it.
So have you even seen the stuff that are not movies? Because I haven't. I know there's stuff that's not movies, but I haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, I've seen the Clone Wars TV series. I've seen the Bad Batch series, The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Star Wars Rebels. I haven't come around to watching Star Wars Resistance. There's a lot of small media things.
But that's like all set in the same universe, right?
Yes, but not all in the same time.
Right. So I haven't seen any of that. So you are much more of a Star Wars expert than me, and if I ever have a Star Wars question, I know who to ask.
Yeah, I can be 90% sure that I have the answer to your question.
So there in your house, one of the people that lives there has 4 legs, and you said you wanted to talk about that. So tell me about this person with 4 legs.
Yes. He is my little puppy dog, Hiro, Hiro. Like, it's a Japanese name, so I mean, if you don't know how to pronounce Hiro, you could say hero, but you won't be right.
It sounds like a delicious Greek sandwich made out of lamb.
Oh, like a gyro. Is it gyro?
It's actually Yiro.
Yiro. I see. I don't know. I know what you're talking about. The pronunciation gets me every time though.
No, just next time you go order one, pronounce it like your dog.
Hiro. Yeah.
Close enough. And what kind of a dog is Hiro?
He is a Yorkshire Terrier. A Yorkie, if you will. And he's still really, I mean, he probably won't grow much bigger anyway, but he is a little small and he's adorable. And he's also, he can be vicious sometimes. If we don't give him enough attention, he'll be like a baby and try to bite us.
I thought he bore a strong resemblance to a mop.
We think a lot of times he can be more like a teddy bear because we dress him up in these little hoodies sometimes. And he'll just look like a teddy bear when he's just like in our arms. And it's adorable.
You know that they have fur and they don't need clothing, right?
Yeah, but it's adorable to see him in his little clothing.
Okay. I'm going to edit out that because you're not supposed to say on a podcast.
I wish I did that.
It's a lot of work. And see, now that we're talking about editing, I have to leave that in. Not that one, though. This is getting very meta. You're working on a music video for me. How about you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, you hired me to do the music video for the THOEM remix of your song "Hold the Wick,"
I
which
did
I
hire
enjoy.
you. I'm glad you like it.
What you told me to do, what the assignment was make a making of video of the original Hold the Wick video with the footage that you gave me.
Did you understand the assignment?
I did. Not 100% at the beginning because you had to correct me for a little bit there, but I did eventually understand because, like we said before, that I make more gaming videos than anything. So a making of video, that is not my area of expertise. So I had to think long and hard about how I was going to make this go. I had to put footage that I never recorded, and I had to go through the footage and think, how could this work? What would I use? Where do I have to cut it? Should I slow it down? Should I change anything here to make it look better for the video? And this video is like, the song is like almost 6 minutes long. And all the other remixes are like a lot less.
They are.
So I had a lot of different footage, videos, pictures to work with on as well. Because when you hired me for this, I had started working with a new editing software on the computer, which I had only used when you hired me, I had only just gotten it. And when I started working on the video, I had only used it once for a video I made. So I didn't have a lot of experience with it. So I was teaching myself while also trying to make sure that this video looks good.
So you've learned something. That's good.
I've learned something. The assignment has really pushed me on how to make this editing software works, because before I got this, I only edited on my tablet, which can kind of be a little bit of a constraint. So because I don't have every single tool that one might need, but this one gives me a little bit more leeway. Of course, I still have to learn how to work 100% everything, but at least I'm learning more how to do everything.
And the next time someone hires you for one of those, you can say, "Yep, I've done that," and charge them more.
And then I should after I'm done with this video that you assigned me, I should put it in my portfolio. I can reference you. I can send them to you as a reference.
Yes, you absolutely can. Your video, and we were talking about this before I hit the record button. Your video is going to be released on May 5th. I don't know when this podcast is going up because I have a little bit of a backlog, but I'm guessing sometime in April. So people listening to this in the future, be on the lookout for Isak's video on May 5th. Hey, why do I keep pronouncing your name Isak?
I mean, you never pronounced my name Isaac, so I thought you were going to keep going with Isak.
I do, but why Isak?
Well, I mean, that is my birth name, but also, porque hablo español.
Yeah, you happen to be bilingual from birth.
From birth, yeah.
That's an advantage. I don't have that advantage. I was not bilingual from birth. I was like around your age when I started acquiring other languages.
Did you start with Spanish or French first?
I started with French, but we're here to talk about you.
Right.
So you are bilingual from birth. So we're gonna continue this conversation in Spanish. So before we say goodbye to the English speakers, is there anything that you would like them to know or anything you would like to promote to them?
First, go to my Lanexton channel, Lanexton, because that's where you'll see more of me than anything. But also, I co-host a podcast with my brother, which is called Group Time, which you can find on Spotify and other streaming services. We talk about a lot of things, but mainly like movies, video games, and other things that we find enjoyable. It's like your podcast, except a lot shorter and run by kids.
Makes it sound a whole lot more fun. Yeah, so go find Isaac or Isak on those places. And if you happen to be bilingual, come back and listen to the next episode because we'll be having mostly the same conversation, just not in English. Thanks, Isaac, for being my guest today and for being my friend and for directing a cool video and for talking to me. Hey, listeners, Thursday, May 5th, you can watch the video that Isaac Robledo directed for the THOEM remix of Hold the Wick. It'll be a nice behind-the-scenes look at what happened on shooting day. And in case you missed it in the chat, this Friday, Isaac is back, only that conversation will be in Spanish. So if you speak Spanish, come on back. Or if you're interested in learning or hearing what we sound like, you're invited too, of course.